Hello everybody and welcome to Tiger Tales, the place you find stories and fanfictions written and read to you by your host, me, Tai Tiger. Today we're diving into Power Rangers Universe 113 and the continuation of Power Rangers Street Foundation, the very first story I ever wrote on Tiger Tales. Today, it's going to be a very normal episode, a normal chapter. It's called a boring day for a reason, because nothing happens in this chapter. I repeat, nothing happens. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen to it though. So, without further ado, in the last chapter, we found out that Adam has returned and he is now the Gold Ultra Ranger from Power Rangers Universe 19. If you want to check out the Ultra Ranger storyline on the Power Rangers Universe 19 podcast, go find it on Spotify after this. That being said, let's dive in.
Welcome to Universe 113, a place where an old evil has continued its quest for ultimate power, starting by kidnapping previous Rangers and stealing their powers. But not all is lost, as a new generation of Rangers is born, bringing new life to the legendary powers that came before them. They are the new heroes of Earth. They are Power Rangers Future Foundation.
Power Rangers Future Foundation, Chapter 29. A very boring day. Dante, Xander, and Luca were all practicing their martial arts skills. Xander had both Luca and Dante come at him at the same time. Luca threw a kick at the same time that Dante threw a punch. Xander caught Dante's fist, pulled him in closer, and smacked Dante in the face with his own hand. Then he pushed Luca's foot away, then blocked an incoming punch from Luca. Then Xander ducked down and glided his foot under Luca, tripping him over. Dante took a different stance than his normal one. He then kicked at Xander in the ankle, then making him stumble. Dante then kicked with his other leg and kicked Xander in the stomach. Xander held out his hands, but on the wrong side, not anticipating the move correctly. Xander turned to block another kick, thinking that he knew Dante's next move. But Dante jumped up, spun around, and slammed his foot in the back of Xander's head, knocking completely off his feet, his body slamming against the floor hard. Luca chuckled as Dante pulled Xander to his feet.
Where did you learn that move?
Xander asked. Eric actually taught it to me a few weeks back, Dante explained.
Really? What is he doing these days?
Xander asked as he got his bottle of water and took a mouthful. He runs his own dojo. Or he did, he's on vacation or something, Dante told him. You should have seen it. Some martial arts monster kept on, pushing us to the edge of defeat. Dante swoops in with his new move and blam! Creepy copycat thingy got taken out, Luca cheered.
Sounds like a blast.
Xander chuckled. Then the boys started training once again. Amy walked into the hospital and walked into her mother's ward. She walked into her mother's room and found that the bed was empty. A surge of panic and dread filled her when suddenly a nurse tapped on the shoulder. Amy turned around and looked at the woman. Hello, love. We had to move your mother. She's in a different room, as this one keeps having electricity, faulty wires and stuff, so we just moved her just so she's safe and stuff. Don't worry, she's only 2 doors down. She'll be there for now until we can get this room sorted, the nurse told her. Oh my god, thank goodness. Amy sighed with a slight chuckle. She left the room and found the room 2 doors down, where she walked in and found her mother laid there in her peaceful state. Hey, sorry, I didn't know you were moved. I brought the paper. A lot of Power Ranger news this time, and something to do with the new fruit being found here in Summer City or something, Amy told her mother. She then read the couple of the articles she found in the newspaper. She then brushed her mother's hair, and then she gripped her hand one more time, hoping that her mother would grip it back. Amy then packed her bag, and that's when she noticed that her mother was sharing a room with someone else. They had their curtains drawn, separating themselves from the rest of the room. Suddenly, the almighty trumpet noise of an elephant echoed in Amy's ears. It was loud and overtook the noises in the room. She looked around and saw nothing out of the ordinary. She then heard it again. She walked over to the curtain and opened it to find a young teenage boy in a coma, laying there with nothing but a shallow breath. The heartbeat monitor beeping at a normal steady pace. The elephant noise echoed once again. She looked at the boy as the boy tensed his face like he was in pain. Is that you? Are you calling out to me? Amy whispered, concerned. The boy opened out his palm and a green energy sphere spiraled in the middle of his hand. Whoa! Amy gasped. How can I help you? Amy asked the unconscious young man. Luca drove down into the harbour. his back and legs still sore from his training session a couple hours beforehand. He drove into the harbour and parked the car. He climbed out of the vehicle, walked down to the edge of the harbour, and watched the water gently swaying below. "You must be Luca," a gruff voice grunted behind him. He spun around to see an older, henched man stood in a nice big black fur coat. "Guessing you're Mr. Brock?" Luca replied. "I have been told you're quite the driver," the man known as Mr. Brock told him. "One of the best," Luca growled. "So, here's the thing. I need a car, driven from point A to point B, without question. No fuss, and I'm willing to pay handsomely," Mr. Brock sneered. "Okay. Where you need me?" Luca asked sternly. "Outside the jewelry store. 2 days from now. You'll find a gold 2013 Lamborghini Gallardo. I need it. Driven smoothly. 86 miles due west from the city," Mr. Brock explained. "Damn, nice car," Luca said impressed. "Luca, take the gig or not?" Mr. Brock asked. "I'll be there in 2 days. Say 11, Luca replied. "Works perfectly. You are easy to work with, I see. I look forward from hearing you." Mr. Brock chuckled, then he walked away and got into his limo, and it drove off. Luca then walked away, climbed back into his car, pulled out his phone to find out where he'd have to go, and the fastest route to his location, 86 miles due west outside of the city. Chloe and Kira sat there watching CJ as she was tinkering with the dimensional jumper device that Mark gave Dante, the device Dante used to jump to Universe 19. The only issue was that it was locked to Universe 19, but Mark used it in multiple universes, so CJ wanted to see if she could make it work with other universes. She managed to pop open the side panel and have a look at all the wires on the inside. "You think you can make that work?" Kira asked her. "Who knows? If I do, it'll open a lot of possibilities for us," CJ sighed. Then Adam walked into the room. "Hey girls, I just found Dante and Xander training." Adam chuckled. "Yeah, they've been at that for hours." Chloe chuckled to herself. "Hey, Kira, can I speak to you for a second?" Adam asked. "Sure," Kira nodded. Then Kira followed Adam out of the apartment and they stood on the stairs that led down to the dojo. "What's up?" Kira asked. "How about this?" Adam said, revealing the note that Kira had left for CJ several weeks beforehand, which said that she's being followed. Kira sighed long and hard. "Of course CJ did. Look, I thought it was just a fan, okay? Obsessed or someone watching me or wanting money or maybe someone's an interview or an autograph or something like that, but it started to feel wrong. It started to feel like I was being watched by something else. That only happened after I saw Chloe Moore for the first time," Kira explained. "So you think this is monster related?" Adam asked. "Maybe we pissed off a lot of people in the past. I don't know," Kira told him. "Yeah, okay, look. I want to help. I have to let my powers recharge, so this will keep me busy for now. You should have come to me at first thing anyway. We've been friends for a long time," Adam snapped. "I know, but you aren't here all the time. And besides, I didn't want to, upset everybody," Kira said with a weak smile. They both hugged. "Guys, help!" CJ screamed from the apartment upstairs.
Hey listeners, I'm glad you're enjoying what you're listening. I'm Billy, and I'm joined with Jim, the host of Zero to Hero Podcast, the one safe space for all the nerddom. We talk about anything that ranges from the Power Rangers to maybe a man on the moon. Come check us out and see what kind of rabbit holes we could dive into with our weekly guest. Or, if you're lucky, just an episode of me and Jim squabbling together.
Logan was walking through the forest when something caught his attention. A figure jumping through the trees. Logan sighed, then turned around and caught the middle of the section of the Z-Staff. "You have the powers of one of the most powerful villains of all time, and this is what you do with it?" Logan asked. "Whatever," Service grunted as he landed on the ground, and the Z-Staff disappeared. "I thought I told you to stay in the base," Logan muttered. "It's boring there. Besides, I found something," Service told him. "Oh yeah, what's that?" Logan asked. Service tilted his head to one side, gesturing Logan to follow. They both walked through the forest till they came to a clearing. They saw several scientists with some boxes and some tents filled with some equipment. They were all examining the nearest scientific find, a gigantic purple shimmering wall almost invisible. The see-through wall had ripped as the scientists made the hole slightly bigger. Through the hole they could see a dark forest. The hole was no bigger than a small toddler. You're thinking what I'm thinking, right? Service asked Logan as they appeared on the scientists. Yeah, these idiots just broke the veil that separates the yin half and the yang half of the universe. Logan grunted. Yep. And once it's broken, it can't be unbroken, Service said with a small grin. Do not find this amusing, Logan barked. Oh, come on. It was bound to happen at some point, Service chuckled. Yes, but there's a reason the veil was created in the first place, Logan growled. Then suddenly Logan could feel something happening. He turned around. Stay here and keep an eye on them, Logan ordered. Then he ran off through the forest until he reached the entrance of the woods and found the site of the city in view. There was a massive beam of light hitting the sky. The origins of the beam of energy came from the building that sat a little higher up and out of the way of the main city. It was the dojo. Logan scowled at the sight, hoping his ranger friends were okay. Leo and Amy walked up to the dojo at the same time. Oh, hey, Leo, Amy said with a smile. Hello there, Amy, Leo said sadly. Hey, what's up? Amy asked, stopping on the pathway. Princess Sheila is destined to wake up soon. I am no longer needed on the Animarium, Leo said with a heavy sigh. That's a good thing, ain't it? Amy asked, confused. It is, but I am nothing but a lost boy at this point. I don't know what to do or where to go, Leo muttered. Oh, dude, don't be so down. Come on. We can help. No worries, Amy said. Then suddenly they heard a scream coming from inside the dojo. Everyone came running into the apartment and found CJ holding the dimensional jumper, but it was sparking and releasing an enormous amount of unstable energy. CJ, what's going on? Dante barked. Luca then joined everyone as they all had to cover their faces by the blinding light. Whoa, what the hell is happening here, man? Luca blurted. I don't know, I think I pressed something, like a failsafe. I don't know, CJ called out in panic. Dante and Luca dived in to grab hold of the device. Amy, Leo, and Chloe all circled around as the boys tried to remove the device out of CJ's hand, and the other three tried to pull CJ away from it. The energy increased and the device started shimmering in and out of reality. Then suddenly the device exploded. The explosion was a burst of pure white light. Adam, Kira, and Xander all covered their eyes. They lowered their arms as the light diminished. They looked around and saw an empty room. CJ, Luca, Dante, Leo, and Chloe were all gone. So was the dimensional jumper device. What the hell happened? Adam grunted. Where is my daughter? Kira barked. Xander just looked at the two with confusion. William Cranston sat there in the land of that time and space. He sat there chuckling to himself as he viewed his portal monitors. Thank you, Red Corners Ranger. One of the reasons I needed you blossomed so soon is now blossoming into a beautiful disaster, William cackled. Suddenly, a small burst of white light erupted in the middle of the platform. William bolted off his seat and ran to the source of the disturbance, as Takeshi jumped off his platform and landed next to William. They saw the light disappear, and stood before them was a young woman with her hair in a ponytail and a pair of glasses on her face. She looked at William in shock. Hi? The girl said awkwardly. Dude, who's the girl? Takeshi asked in panic. Her name is CJ. She is from Universe 113, William grunted. William stood there in shock and a slight panic as he knew his plan had slightly unraveled. And there you have it, guys. Like I said, a very boring chapter. Hope you guys did enjoy it, even so. Check out the other Power Rangers Future Foundation chapters, and make sure you look out for more stories revealing in Universe 113. We've got things like the Apex Rangers, which came out a little while ago, so make sure you check out that too. That's a brand new storyline. And my own version of the Morphin Grid called the Apex Grid. Make sure you check out Power Rangers Universe 19, the podcast, the place where you'll find more Power Rangers and Kamen Rider stories written and read to you by Cosmic Dude 637 himself, my Parabatai, my best friend, and one of the members of the Three Ranger Bros. The third member being Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger, so make sure you check out his podcast, Naruto Comics. That being said, of course, subscribe to the Tiger Tales channel. Make sure you subscribe to Tiger Tales Game Over, Tiger Tales The Lost Stories, and Tiger Tales Mysterious Origins. 3 other places that you'll find all sorts of stories, original, game related, and all in first person perspective. There's all sorts of stories there, so you can always go check them out. That being said, Roar of Passion everybody, and of course, I shall see you soon.